Hi Taurus, welcome back to my channel, Karma Fox. I am doing your weekly reading. I hope you're doing well. I want to take a second to remind you that this is a general reading, so it may not resonate with every single Taurus out there. Guys, take what resonates for you and just leave the rest for someone else. Remember that the energies can reverse. So if it's resonating, Taurus, get in where you fit in, but don't force yourself into a reading that is not for you. Spirit, can I have the energy of the sign of Taurus? Taurus. Okay, that's too many. Energy for Taurus. All right, Taurus, you're starting out with the Eight of Swords in the reverse. You have the Seven of Swords. And you have the Three of Pentacles. So you're releasing yourself from some sort of deception. This could be like you've been not telling yourself the truth about something. It's almost like there's this energy that has been transactional and it's been toxic. And what I'm seeing here is that you're kind of coming out of that. You're releasing that energy. You're realizing that maybe, you know, that you're not behaving in a way that's equal. It's like a transactional energy here, and I feel like it's set up on self-deception. So what you're doing is you're letting go of that. You're freeing yourself from that so that you can build something that is stable, that is going to really withstand, you know, the test of time. So it's like an internal shift that's happening within you. You could be dealing with somebody too that has been very transactional and toxic. So just take it as it resonates. Let me see. Show me who Taurus is dealing with. Show me who Taurus is dealing with. Show me the energy of the person Taurus is dealing with, please. There we go. All right, we have the Prince of Wands. We have the Mentor in the reverse. And we have the Four of Swords in the reverse. Interesting. All right, so the Prince of Wands is like, it's the Page of Wands. It's page energy. The Mentor in this deck is the High Priest in the reverse. So you might be dealing with a Taurus. So what I'm seeing, another Taurus. So what I'm seeing here is that this person in your energy, they could be younger than you, or they could just be somebody who is a little bit more immature than you are. They're constantly chasing after, you know, satisfaction, after things that they feel would be better for them. You may feel that this person is a bit destructive in that pursuit, but I do feel like it's youth related. There has been a ending here, but this person is saying, it's not me, it's Taurus. Taurus is the one who is responsible for this ending. I also feel like there's been a gap in the communication. You're viewing this person as being somebody who is a bit toxic. They, especially with regard to their words, and this is why you don't trust them. You feel like they deal with life in a transactional way. Not in a way that is equal and balanced. And so I do feel like this person does have a gentler side to them, but they have a tendency to hide that. They have a tendency to, you know, especially with their words, because their words can be extremely sharp. And so I do feel that this person, you've not talked with this person for a while, and now they're coming back in. But I do feel they're coming back in a much gentler way. This would be somebody you haven't talked with that you've had an ending with. Let me see. Show me the energy between Taurus and this person. The Queen of Cups. Yeah, you love each other. There's definitely love here. So it's the feelings, the underlying feelings are very deep, very loving. So, and I like that the Queen of Cups is in the upright. So it's like you're saying, I'm open to loving, kind, you know, expressions of satisfaction and emotion, but I'm not open to this toxic stuff. So let me see. What's affecting it is the Three of Cups in the reverse. Yeah, so you haven't reconciled with this person. You both still love one another, but I feel like you just don't trust this person. I'm getting the energy of somebody who is young and yet they act like an old, mean person. Like they're very jaded. Somebody who is like, they look at things from a jaded perspective. And I do feel like you both have been quite unhappy for quite some time. And that has prevented things from growing. Yeah, it's prevented the growth that needs to take place. So let me see. And you feel like this person doesn't even want to reconcile. I feel like they're going to reach out to you. Show me the outcome. And of course you might feel that way because this person hasn't talked with you in a while. So you're over here trying to build something that is stable for yourself. Two of Wands, you're going to get a visitor. Yeah, especially if this person lives at a distance. I feel like you're going to get a visitor, and I feel like you're over here building something for yourself, working at your own stability, being very cooperative with others, and working together. You might be very much focused on your work right now. And out of the blue, this person that you've had an ending with, you haven't talked with in quite a while, they're going to come towards you, and I feel like they could even be coming towards you bearing gifts. This is somebody that, is going to surprise you, it looks like. Yeah. So bottom of the deck is the Six of Pentacles, and that's positive because what that tells me is that this person is coming in with an equal give and take. They're coming in wanting to balance things out. They've been watching to see, are you even open to it? They still don't know, but I feel like they're going to take that risk. They're going to come towards you. Interesting. So you could be dealing with a Pisces, Scorpio, or a Cancerian energy. Let's clarify your reading. Spirit, why is the Eight of Swords in reverse? Why is the Eight of Swords in reverse? All right. Four of Swords is in the upright in your energy. It's in the reverse in theirs, in the outcome. All right. We have the Hangman in reverse, and we have the High Priestess in reverse. So yeah, you freed yourself from a situation that you view as toxic, especially the way this person talks to you. And I feel like, you feel like this person is at some point going to come towards you. I also feel like when you freed yourself from this, you either realized who this person was by the way that they were speaking or talking. They could have also been involved with someone else that could have been speaking badly about you. Regardless, you've enlightened yourself. You're like viewing this entire thing differently based upon what you learned, and whatever you learned is what caused you to say, I am not dealing with this. So I definitely see that you are not communicating with them, and I feel like you, in this relationship, it caused you to doubt yourself somewhat. Taurus, it caused you, because you love this person so much, it caused you not to listen to your intuition, and you're not doing that anymore. So let me see the Seven of Swords. Okay, so we have the Fool in reverse. We have the Four of Wands. We have the Nine of Wands. And then we have the Six of Cups reversed. Interesting. So I feel like you're almost afraid to get involved with this person again. I feel like there's a long history between the two of you, and you don't trust this person. You are of the mindset that you have to release this and to let this go. You may have thought this person was a soulmate, and now you're doubting even that. And I do feel like you're afraid that if this person comes back towards you and tries to bring, instability, that it's just going to lead to more of the same. And whatever you were dealing with, and it looked like some deception. It looked like it took a lot for you to get past this, to get through this. And you don't want to be brought back into that same energy. For some of you, this person could have been involved elsewhere as well. Or maybe it's possible that you are, but I'm not seeing you involved. It could be that, let's clarify this Three of Pentacles. Some of you could have already moved forward and you're involved elsewhere. Regardless, I feel like whatever you went through with this person made you unhappy, made you distrustful, and some of you have released this person and you've moved forward. Nine of Cups reversed and the Queen of Wands. Yeah, this person may have tried to bring you in as a third party for some of you. I feel like this was a very passionate connection, but Taurus, at the end of the day, you're building your own stability here, and you're not going to release that and let that go. So I feel like at this point, you've let this person go. You've released this. You're tired of dealing with somebody that brings in all these problems. So you've kind of got this glow up going on. You are in a very charismatic, action-oriented type of energy. People are looking at you and they're enjoying being around you. They like your energy. And so I feel like you have just kind of rebuilt your own world here. Some of you with someone new and others of you on your own, but it's very stable. It's there's a stable foundation and you're not going to be rocked off of that stability. So I feel like an occasion, some of you could also be dealing with someone who has an alcohol or drug issue as well. So yeah, take it as it resonates. That's not for everybody, but I feel like you're not even paying attention to this person anymore. You've kind of come into your own energy and you don't really necessarily want to talk to this person. You're enjoying a new life. A new life. You've freed yourself from this. You've let them go. You've released them. You're not even looking at reconciling. So it's going to be a surprise, I think, when this person shows up. Let me look at their energy. Show me the Prince of Wands. Now, this person could have been out chasing anyone and everything else as well. And that may be the deception that we are seeing. Show me the Prince of Wands. They definitely want to talk to you. And I'm hearing something about clearing space so they can approach you. I don't know what that means. Yeah, there it is. Six of Pentacles. That's your underlying energy. And the Knight of Pentacles reversed. They've been very stuck. They have never moved on from you. This person wants to talk to you. They want to come in. They're seeing that if they reach out, that it'll be like the good news that you've been waiting for. But unfortunately, you're not waiting for it. So I think they're going to get a little bit of a surprise because they've never moved on from you. They've been stuck on their emotions for you for quite some time. So they want to step back in. They want to bring balance. And again, I feel like this person's coming towards you with some sort of a gift. Let me see the Mentor in reverse. There's an offer. Page of Pentacles. It's a small offer. Knight of Wands, Page of Pentacles. Look, Taurus, this person's coming in. I don't feel like you're focused on them anymore, but they are certainly coming in. Even though they're afraid that you're going to reject them, they're still doing it. And I feel like it's going to be at a moment of impulsivity because they have had like no forward motion. This person does look like they tried to play the field. They were looking at other options. They were basically chasing after other people. Always feeling like, though, that they could never quite catch what it was they were looking for. And part of that is because they never got over you. They love you. And they are coming to that realization. So they're coming in a moment of impulsivity, it looks like, wanting to affect some sort of a change because the ending was not the change that they wanted, and they are going to make an offer towards you. They're afraid you're going to turn them down. Let me see the Four of Swords in reverse. Show me the Four of Swords in reverse. Five of Pentacles and the Devil. Yeah, you could be dealing with a Capricorn. But this is telling me that when they reach out to you, that you're going to leave them out in the cold. You don't want to talk to this person anymore. You don't want to, have them in your energy anymore. And I will tell you that they can't quit you, but they can't quite take full responsibility for their part in this either. And I do feel like they are in some toxic energy, but they are so drawn towards you, and it's just been building over this course of time when the two of you have not been talking. So this person's coming towards you. I feel like your interest is elsewhere, whether it's just on growing your own stability or if you've built something with someone else. Because I see with the Three of Pentacles here, you're in some sort of a stable foundation that you're passionate about, possibly with a fire sign. So when this person comes in, they're going to feel like, oh, how could Taurus just leave me out in the cold like this? How could Taurus just reject this? I came in, I approached them, I tried to reconcile, and, Taurus turned me down. Show me the energy between Taurus and this person. Nine of Coins reversed and the Chariot. This person could have even moved away, because I do see that during this ending, there was a deep loss that was here. You felt a deep sense of loss. Now, be careful, Taurus, because I also see that there is a little bit of codependent energy here, but I also feel like you've realized that. It's not like you don't see it, and I do feel like you've addressed that. But I feel like when this ended, because you love this person, it was a deep loss. But I also feel like you realized that you weren't at your best in this connection. And so I feel like you freed yourself from it. You've already experienced the loss in the connection. Again, I'm seeing this person coming towards you, and if they live at a distance, they're coming in. They're definitely coming in. This person tried to move on from you, but they couldn't. They couldn't because they're in love with you. And they may have tried to move on with someone else, by the way. So I do see that they have a few people in their energy. So this could be somebody who explores their options frequently. They like to keep their options open. And that may have been, the deception that you realize this person's just never going to change. And that was painful. That was really painful, but you've dealt with it. Show me the Three of Cups reversed. Ooh, you're blocking them. Ooh. Eight of Wands reversed. Yeah, and here they come back in. Everything in their reading is telling me that this person's coming back towards you. They want to make some sort of an offer to reconcile. They're coming back. They may have walked away, and they walked away with other options, and now they're coming back, and you're going to turn them down. You're blocking this reconciliation because you've released this person, and in your energy, you're saying, this person is never going to change. They're just never going to change. Some of you were married to this person or in a long-standing relationship, but I don't feel like you're interested. Show me the Two of Wands. Okay, so we have the Four of Cups reversed. We have the Hierophant. And we have the Knight of Cups reversed. Yeah, a lot of you have entered into another connection. You have something else you're building. And if you're not building with another person, the Hierophant is major arcana for Taurus. You're coming into your power and you're pursuing things that you're passionate about. Regardless, you're in this very grounded, nothing can shake me energy. You look good, you don't want this person. You're totally either committed in another connection or committed to yourself here. In your eyes, this person can come in all day long, but as far as you're concerned, if they couldn't see who you were in the past, they couldn't appreciate you then, they brought all this deceptive energy, you're like, no, this is over. It's done. I've let this go. You have no clue that this person's coming in, but hey, guess what? Now you do. And I do feel like they are still toxic. There's a toxic energy that is still present, but I see you turning them down and them realizing, you know, that you're not going to change your mind here. Because they chose to go in different directions in the past. Now, this love offer that they're bringing into you, it doesn't carry weight. It's like they drained your energy so much, and you're not going to allow them to do it anymore. And I have to say, they are still in a toxic energy. So, you know, they missed their chance, and they're realizing that. They missed the chance they had to be with you. Bottom of the deck is the Knight of Swords. And that tells me you're going to speak your truth to this person when they show up. They could very well show up at your work or at your doorstep, but they are coming back in because they cannot stop thinking about you. But I feel like, you know, they blew it, and you're going to pretty much lay it on the line and say, no, this is nothing that I want. Not anymore. You don't even feel this person is somebody that is a soulmate, and you may have known them for a long time, but regardless, you're like, no, I do not want this. So I feel like you're going to speak your truth. So, all right, I'm going to pull an oracle card for you, Taurus, and we'll see if there's any further advice. All right, let's see what we've got. You've got number 32, and this card is called Phoenix Rising. So let's read that. Now, that's 5. 32 condenses to a 5, so you are undergoing changes, but they're very positive changes, and these are changes that are leading to you, you know, coming back into your power and realizing that, you know, even though you dealt with somebody that was very difficult in the past, you're now rising into your power. All right, so it says, everything in your life is falling apart in order for you to rise from the ashes with renewed strength. And that's what I see happen between you and this person, but you've already done the rising. So it says, this is not a time to create, but a time to sweep away everything that has not worked in your life. The reason so many things are breaking down and not going your way is because the old cycle of your life is completing. You may feel that you're walking through the fires of life right now in order to be cleansed and purified for your rebirth. Soon, you will not even recognize yourself. You are reclaiming your spirit. If possible, try to isolate yourself from the chaos surrounding you. Now is the time for you to feel any pain you've previously suppressed so that you can fully heal. The universe has plans and opportunities that are better than you can imagine, so let go and trust and anticipate what is coming. I could not have summed that up any better, so that's beautiful energy. All right, I hope that this has been helpful for you, Taurus. If you've resonated with this reading, hit that like button. Be sure to subscribe to my channel. Hype the video if you get the opportunity. And until I see you in your next reading, Taurus, know that you are loved, and namaste.